जाग्रत् स्वप्नसुषुप्तिषु स्फुटतरा या संविदजृम्भते या ब्रह्माति पिपीलिकान्ततनुषु प्रोता जगत्साक्षिणी सैवाहं न च दृश्यवस्त्विति दृढ प्रज्ञापि यस्यास्ति चेत् चाण्डालोऽस्तु सद्विजोऽस्तु गुरुरित् एषा मनीषा मम चाण्डालोऽस्तु सद्विजोऽस्तु गुरुरित् एषा मनीषा मम. He who has realized that he is not a seen object, but he is the very consciousness which enlivens all the experiences during waking, dream, and deep sleep. And that one consciousness which sparks the life in every being, from Brahmaji, the creator, to an ant. And he is the witness of the whole universe. He alone is my Guru, whether he is a Brahmana or a Sweepa. That is my conviction. This is the famous Manisha Panchakam of Adi Shankara, first slokam.
Thank you. This is what Neelakantan ji is saying, Guru, who is witness, who is in everyone, is in us as well. Discriminate yourself from ego self. This, which we call inner Guru, is our real nature. This is what we are. Neelakantan ji, can you mute yourself? I can't somehow. Thank you. This discriminatory power is within us. Someone tells you, you don't believe on it, then you again listen to things, try to discriminate, try to see where should I function from? And by default, we all function from ego mode. All of us. Not that half of the population is working from awareness mode or Brahman. So how this shift happens? Shift happens, we say, by grace. We give so much of importance to grace because the one who wants to shift has to disappear. Understand this. Because I want to move. I am suffering. I am not happy the way these thoughts comes to me. Though I don't like to dislike people, but it still happens because of my conditioning, because of thoughts which comes to me. And then this all entanglement with people around me, situations, job. My God, there is so much of stress. What should I do? And someone says meditate for 5 minutes or 2 minutes or relaxation therapies. Or maybe have few drinks and just. And in Australia, it's very common to say suck it up. Everyone have their own issues, so it's not a big deal. And you can survive. And you can easily live in a sense of that easiness, what it gives, that ego mode. But then there are some who don't want to compromise living in that situation. Situation is not external, situation is internal. How we are dealing with things around us. And when someone says that there is something in us, something in me, which is much, much peaceful, happy, always happy, and that is me, we don't believe because that is not our experience. And we don't find that happening around us among others. Probably people put the best picture on Facebook and best moments of their life there. But when we know them closely, we know what is really going in their life. So there is one reality, Brahman, there's another reality, ego self, and then there is a third reality which we project. So we live in that fake reality all the time, and that ego can do. Brahman has no clue about it. So, how to recede from that ego mode? Just by our understanding, not giving energy to that ego mode anymore. Not giving energy to that. It's not just giving energy to that. Don't give energy to anything related with that also. Me, others, they, all this arises only when we give energy to ego. And it's not that for some situations you stay as presence, and in some situations you start acting as a person. If you are doing that, then you are always that person which is only faking that it is sometimes in presence. I have to tell you this very important point, that not everyone is unhappy all the time. We all go into this beautiful shade of presence when nothing is bothering us, when nothing is pressing our trigger points, then it looks we are happy. One of my friends who gets angry when something happens, he told me I'm always a peaceful person unless someone instigates me. But if someone instigates you, what will come out of you will be what is inside, isn't it? That bomb is just waiting to be blasted. Someone has to pull the nail. only way which is 100% is you just move out from that mode. You shift. This shift of consciousness on a higher plane, you can say, or transcend it, can only happen when there is something in you which is willing for it. It cannot happen on its own. Sometimes it appears that in some situations, some people got just like this. But I still trust Bhagavan's word. He says if it has happened spontaneously in someone, he or she must have done some efforts at some time. Perhaps not in this life, maybe in past life. Or maybe he was so pure that he was just on edge and then something just moved him into pure presence. So we don't know how much we are covered with this ego dust. If we have to remove this dust, then we can only remove. And that power to remove also comes as grace from within us. That is our real Guru. That Guru actually makes us Guru only, makes us that only, which is always watching when we are acting very small in our ego self. It is always watching us. So it looks like there is duality. There is someone who is observing within us, and then there is someone who is a doer, achiever, boasting off about achievements in a CV, in a resume, telling people how good I have done, hiding all the bad facts about our life of this body. In a way, ego also wants to prove its goodness. Understand this truth. It also wants to do good to others. It also wants to do good to itself. But the problem is from where it operates, there will be always some fault will be there. The way it perceives things. And so it will never be happy all the time, and it can never make everyone happy all the time. At awareness mode, you cannot guarantee that people will be happy from you all the time. Nobody could make everyone happy, whether it was Buddha, Jesus, or anyone, even right now. Because some people are so much unconscious in their ego mode that they hate you. They think it is fake. They think everyone is unhappy. And they are always skeptical about others. How, whatever, even if God comes in front of them, they will say it's fake. I don't believe. And everyone has freedom to believe or not to believe. So if you want freedom, first thing you need to understand that you need to believe that there is a higher ground. There is something in all of us which is purest of pure, which is untainted, which has never to compromise. And it is in bliss. And the reason it is in bliss is because it is never involved. Involvement at ego level brings us down. Body can get involved, body can do thousands of things. But in presence, in that awareness, you don't even have a trace of that I am doing. So when people appreciate you that you have done a good work, you have no clue. Yes, you know that in that memory that yes, this was done. But there is no one inside to receive that credit. And so we say when someone praises us, it's a boost up of ego. And in a spiritual sense, it is not a good thing that your ego gets boosted up. But if you discriminate, people's appreciation doesn't affect us at all. Though you can feel good that something has happened good and people are happy about it, that is good. And then someone can also criticize you or can be happy from you for various reasons. But if you are in that pure awareness, as awareness, it does not affect you because you know with all honesty that you have not done any bad to anyone for any reason. Because there are no intentions or desires arising. You have transcended that. So again, it does not take away your bliss. Be that pure self always. We say it is effortless. Yes, it is effortless. Just be. But my saying to you is not going to change your situation. So you have to put your own inner efforts to just be. And then it becomes from effort to effortless. Once you understand this truth, you know your position and you know what is at stake. Sometimes we don't even know what is this happening inside, what I am, what I am not. You can read books, but books can only tell you, yes, there is something in you and you have to work on it. You have to be more awakened than your usual awakening. There are so many things in this world which makes us more animalistic, and everyone has their own trigger points. People look calm and peaceful until someone has pressed those buttons. You know your buttons, get rid of them. Get control back to your own self. Don't give it to others. People say, I know his weaknesses. I can buy him. I can blackmail him. People talk about others as if they are a commodity and they know them well. Personality makes us so conditioned that people know how you will behave in a particular situation, what you like, what you dislike, and you can be in a booby trap. But if you always live in this moment, even you don't know what would be happening next. You have no clue. When you give up your conditioned mind throw it in the river. Even you don't know how you will act, behave, or respond in a situation. You meet someone, you don't judge them by similar caste, creed, race, a person who behaved with you in the past, how this will. No, that is the way ego works. It always compares, judges, likes, dislikes, and has a notion about people even before they interact with you. It is very defensive. Understand, ego is always on survival mode because one day it has to disappear. It is always on its toes. Because it is fake, it is never resting peacefully. It is always threatened by small and big things. While awareness is grounded, there is nothing else to be. Because it knows that it is nothing. In reality, we all are nothing. No thing, no form. Form and name is all like waves which come and go. That energy, that awareness is eternal. It is unborn. Be with that so you never die. And the one which dies is just like a wave, it's just a projection. If you stay with that, then you will think you are dying and then you are getting born again. This unending cycle. One belief makes such a huge difference. From complete freedom to becoming conditioned in the body-mind complex. In scriptures, this comes so many times that what you think you are. And this holds true for this also. When we don't challenge this ego survives. It only survives because we never look within. We look in ego mode, always external to things and objects and beings in situations, and we act from there and we think it is all real. Nobody questions us, nobody challenges us. And all the self-help books in this world talks only at ego level. And they work at that, they try to make ego work in its best. This journey starts when you start finding fault within you rather than in this world. I was listening recently to a few people who were talking about New Year resolutions. And one of the persons said that I have made this that I will get rid of all the negative peoples from my life. And as a first step, I got rid of 100 Facebook friends whom I don't like. Do you think this will sort out your inner happiness? We act as if we are king or queen in this world and everyone is full of crap and it is my choice. I will take this as my friend, I will get rid of this. What are we doing? It's all within us. All the hate, all what we see in this world which affects us is within us. Because we are not at ease, we see all sorts of things and we think this unhappiness is coming from external world. First you become that peace. As Mahatma Gandhi said, you become what you want this world to be. You should be that change. You change. Don't blame anyone for your unhappiness. This is the first step. Look within. Look from where you are functioning. When we move, when we observe, when we contemplate, we see that we have to move. We have to make this inner shift. It is not an easy task. We have stayed here so long that we think that this guest house is my own home. We are away for so long. Our eternal abode is God's kingdom, waiting to hug us from inside, always waiting for us. We slipped out of it and we never returned back. We return back every night in deep sleep, but then we are not aware. And all the bliss of sleep, what we feel, is from there only. What we talk about God, God is always watching us. Our back is towards God. That is the problem. We are always interested in other things except God. Our back is towards God. So how can we see Him? When we are interested in that pure energy within us and not in the objects and beings, then it unfolds in its own mysterious way. Knowing the self and taking away spirituality out of it is not possible. And I'll tell you why. Because spirit, that thing is not matter, that is pure energy. And you will know it when you become it. It is indescribable in speech, in words. You cannot put it into a box. You can name it anything what you want. And you cannot say it is I own it. You can be it, but you can't possess it. It possesses you. It finishes you. And once you know this is me, it connects you with everything at a deeper level, at that level only, which you have recognized within you. When someone misbehaves with you and you are abiding in this pure self, you understand that that purity is also in this person, although he's behaving like a wave in that ego mode. That is sheer ignorance. Sometimes you can feel sorry for that person, other times you can have compassion, but you will never hate anyone because everyone is that pure energy. If we start functioning from there, everything gets sorted out on its own. Or even if nothing gets sorted out, you are always at peace. Sometimes teachings of scriptures look so difficult to understand. But I'll tell you, there is no need to understand all scriptures by heart or intricacies. Just understand that we have to look within and make efforts to move out from this lower level of functioning. Even witnessing is enough. If we witness what mind brings, how thoughts act, how we act on those thoughts, if we start witnessing this process, that can start creating a gap between us and mind. So many people I talk, they say when we are alone, when we are in satsang, we are at peace and we can feel that bliss. But when we start interacting with people, their energy pulls us down. That means you need more practice. Awareness is not that it fades away when you meet people, but it is like you are meeting your alcoholic friends. They are offering you which you have left But now, because of your old habits, you get back again into it. And after getting it there, when you again don't like the taste, then you repent, but it's already too late. Make yourself really solid in this witnessing mode. So they say initially it is good to be alone, love solitude, be there, taste it, enjoy your own bliss. Once you have a solid foundation, then you can face any challenge because awareness never changes. Once you're abiding in self, who wants to move from it? And who will move? There are no two people. When you meet people, meet them with open arms, hug them, love them, unconditional love. But don't keep their memories in your mind, and then it becomes a burden. Then it becomes attraction. Then it becomes a relationship at mind level. And then you create suffering. Don't love individuals, love everything. And you can only love everything when you are in that everything. You cannot fake it. Don't try to make any concept of these teachings in your mind. Only thing you to understand is that stop acting too quickly in any moment. Give everything a pause. Bring everything to the source. Look, I'm not talking to any emergency ambulance people. I'm talking about interactions in daily life. They have to act quick, But I'm just telling that in a way, the way the mind takes thoughts and then we act on those thoughts, bring everything to the scrutiny of that pure energy, what we are. Bring it here, bring it to your heart, where you are not an individual or a person. Don't bring it to I thought, bring it to that pure awareness. Then you will realize that most of the things on which we act is useless. And we act on those things because a thought comes to mind that this is not right or this is the way we have to act. And then we say something which hurts others. And it also hurts us as well. Whenever we have an argument, we don't feel good. So when you deal with people in this ignorant mode of ego, which is most of the people, you don't step down, you stay there. Let them say what they want to say. Don't try to find faults in them. If you hold on to your ground and they stay at ego level, they will also stop saying what they are saying in front of you, or they will move out from your energy. It will make some change in that pure silence. Understand power of this pure silence. It is profound. And even if they don't change, who cares? Just be. There's nothing else needs to be done. It is our eternal resting mode. No activity is happening here. In the midst of all activities, you are at complete peace. This perfect stillness in awareness. It gives energy to all actions in this world. But itself, there is no movement. It is perfect stillness, as if of a hill, like Arunachala. We all are that. in this pure stillness, you don't look for next moment. And you don't keep planning for what is next. You settle in this moment. And this very moment is eternal moment. Mind gives us feeling of time because it has past memories and it projects in that fake future. You transcend mind and you only know this moment. Allow your mind to get absorbed in bliss of pure self. Live as awareness, move as awareness, interact as awareness. Living as awareness, you will never have any doership. You will never be a consumer. Consumer is the one who only wants to consume. Like an animal who smells, picks up things, always tries to get something, like a hoarder, hoarding onto things. You can still use what you have, but the attachment to everything finishes off. Weight is not of this body, weight is of the ego. Ego makes us feel heavy. Otherwise, we are thinner than air. When our identification drops, we become nothing, empty. But this emptiness is full of divine bliss. Knowing this, you don't want to know anything else. It's end of the journey. And when you know this, you realize that all my struggle in life to have a partner, to have a job, to have wealth, name, fame, whatever it was or it is, was actually for knowing this truth. In our ignorant mode, we look for this bliss, for this peace externally. And we name it something with our liking or with our desire. But as a matter of fact, it is this what we all want to know. And we are looking this in things and beings which never can be achieved. And we say beautifully, chasing the dreams. We all chase dreams. Dreams are fake. I would say chase reality. Be reality. No need to chase dreams. Yes, things will happen in this body, in this life. But first thing first, know who you are. Know thyself. Then, if time is left, then do what you want. But then the question arises, who is that who wants? Like you go to a marketplace and you buy things and use things you like and some things you don't like that much. But at the end of the day, you come to a shop and this is what you were looking for, and you get so excited. Yes, this is what I was looking for. It is like this shop. I would call it a shop of God in your heart. When you know this, then you say, yes, this is what I was looking for. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Sanjay ji.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.